Oops. Yeah, technical issues. Hey, welcome to today's edition of Hey Josh, What You Drinking Live on Connect TV, on YouTube, on whatever the heck, the Facebook, all the things, all the socials. Here we are. Here I am. Hey, hey Josh, me, what you drinking? I am currently not actually live. This is a pre-recorded episode because I am on a beer pilgrimage road trip with Laugh with Jen at the Jen Hayward Show. We left Ottawa last Thursday. It's Tuesday evening now. We went to where did we go? First, we stopped at somewhere in New York. What's that place called? What's that place called in New York, Jenny? She can't hear me. She's watching TV. Oh, I can't remember now. Stupid me. I'll remember later. It was awesome. They had the World of Beer in a mall, and Adventure Seeker Sarah and I drank all afternoon, and then drove to Cleveland. Jen and I drove to Cleveland. Adventure Seeker Sarah and family drove back to Ottawa. Then we drove to Cleveland. Now, Cleveland, I've always wanted to go to Cleveland to see the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame ever since it opened back in the 80s. Yeah, mid 80s, 90s. Anyway, the exciting thing about Cleveland, from my beer drinking point of view, is it has so many local breweries, and it's just amazing how many there are, and good ones too. So the number one brewery in Cleveland, Ohio, is famous for being the one that opened in the 1988, I think I read on the information, by a couple brothers who basically started this whole enterprise and started the craft brew revolution in Cleveland, and has transformed a whole area, an old industrial neighborhood, into this booming hipster beer, cultural, artistic, booming place. And by booming, I mean booming. We went to Great Lakes Brewery, their tap house, at noon on a Sunday, and it was full. There was people lined out the door, and they were drinking beer at noon on a Sunday. The food was great too. Actually, I shouldn't say that because I didn't actually buy any food, but I saw food going by. We bought a pretzel. That's Jenny's thing on this trip. Every time I stop and have beer, she stops and she has a pretzel. I take pictures of beer and talk about beer and look at beer and dream about beer and ooze over beer. She grabs this pretzel. Anyway, so the reason I'm talking about the Great Lakes Brewery in Cleveland, Ohio right now, because I'm going to do this episode on the review of one of their beers. Usually on a Hey Josh, What You Drinking Live on Thursday, I will do a talking portion, and then I will do a review portion. But since I'm on this road trip on this mini brewcation, I'm just going to do the review today. So this will be a shorter episode. I hope you enjoy it. So let's get to this. I have in my hands, and I've already opened it because I'm in a hotel room in Geneva, New York right now, and I couldn't find a proper can or beer bottle opener. So I did the old on the edge of something hard and hit it so it opened, and I didn't want to do that while recording. So anyway, from Great Lakes Brewery, not to be confused with Great Lakes Brewery in Toronto. I have the I can't speak today. Great Lakes Brewery in Cleveland, Ohio. So I have in my hands right here their Eliot Ness Amber Lager. What? An amber lager? Yeah, an amber lager. Nice. I'm gonna read you the information that I have from their website. The amber lager, okay, named after Eliot Ness, the famed prohibition agent and eventually director of public safety within Cleveland. Was he FBI? We went right by the FBI, the big FBI building in Cleveland, Ohio. Was Ness FBI? I don't remember. I just remember watching The Untouchables when I was a kid, and that scene where he gets his head bashed in with a. Anyway, now I want to watch The Untouchables again. Back to the famed prohibition agent and eventual director of public safety in Cleveland. Ness frequented the tavern, which is now the site of the Great Lakes Brewing Company brew pub. That's kind of weird, eh? He was a prohibition agent, you know, in their day when they decided that you weren't allowed to drink anymore, but they still frequent in pubs and taverns. Uh, and also, he has apparently Eliot Ness has a connection to the Conway family. Conway family is the founders, the co-founders of Great Lakes Brewery in Cleveland, Ohio. Let's see. It says that Pat and Dan's mother served as one of the Ness's stenographers during his time in Cleveland. Okay. So he'll enforce not drinking to people, but still frequent taverns and do that kind of work. Anyway, now 7 minutes, 8 minutes into the video, and I haven't touched the beer. So, as I was saying, I have this amber lager. Now, I had this at the pub in as part of a flight of many, several. And I remember it was good, but I don't remember it specifically. So let's go. Plastic cup. I'm in the hotel room here, and my choices are limited. Plastic cup, bottle of beer. Let's get this out and see what's going on here. Okay. As I said, nice amber lager. Okay, that's very nice. Nice head on that. Good color. How is a single-use plastic cup dirty already? Anyway, so I have that. Look at the beautiful color on that. And they say amber lager. That is amber lager. Okay, the smell on this is. It's got a very toasted bread, malty aroma. Like it actually kind of smells like a toast is toasting. It's got a nice, a bit of a almost, I'd say, like a peppery kind of yeasty aroma to it. It's kind of got a little bit of that yeasty funk to it that I wouldn't normally expect from a lager, because a lager is stored for such a long period of time. Usually the yeast all settles out, but it does have a slight a yeasty funk to it, which is I don't know. We'll give it a try and see what happens. Anyway, let's give this a shot and see. As I remember, this is a really tasty, sweet and malty, but still smooth. It's not. It's very nice, hoppy bitterness to it that cuts through the sweetness and the. Okay, now the now that I poured the whole beer out into the cup, the that yeasty smell is kind of diminished a bit, but it still has that toasty, like toast. I swear to goodness, it's like toast, like pulling out a piece of bread from your toaster. Okay, that is a really nice, tasty. Well, it's a lager. So I wouldn't usually expect this kind of color or a flavor from a lager, but you know, I've also had um, black lagers too, Schwartz beer. So this is kind of somewhere in between uh, a black lager and you know a crystal clear pilsner. I like it. I'm glad I came back to this one because, like I said, I had a flight of 8, maybe it was 10. I can't remember now. I've had a lot of flights of beer and a lot of samples in the last week or so, so it was difficult to remember them all. Anyway, I'm gonna cut the this episode uh, here. I'm gonna show some more info on the Eliot Ness Great Lakes Great Lakes Brewery. Oh, that's IBUs. Got a nice some neat art, and that is actually kind of a picture. Well, a little speakeasy there. This is very much what the bar in the brewery, well, in the pub, the brewery proper is across the road, and it is a huge facility. The pub itself, where we ate and drank, is also several. It's a couple stories high, but it's a historic building with a great big bar in it, made of solid. I think mahogany. I don't know wood, but it was that dark chocolatey kind of wood, and the place was packed. Anyway, get a peek of that. I'm gonna have another sip, and I'm gonna cut this episode and say cheers, and check back at the Hey Josh, What You Drinking YouTube channel for more reviews to come from my beer pilgrimage from Ottawa to Cleveland and New York State, a couple in um, the other state that I just drove through. Can't remember that. I should have written that stuff down, but I didn't. Um, yeah, there's more to come. That's what I'm saying. So continue watching YouTube. Hey Josh, what you drinking? On the socials, uh, Tickety Talkety and Instagramity. Those are thatbeerthing.ca. Otherwise, all right. Cheers.